Hello, and welcome to this week's Agape Leaders Monday Motivation. It's a family affair this week. Many weeks ago, we had a young lady named Madison Deaton who spoke for the Monday Motivation. And this week, we have her cousin, Brittany Truitt. And I'm so excited because I first met Brittany years ago. I was working with her and her mom on something called Tennis for Tumors. It was a nonprofit organization that she started to help bring funding to pediatric brain cancer. And so just an amazing young lady. She herself is a pediatric brain cancer survivor. And I just wanted you to get an opportunity to hear from her, this wonderful, amazing young lady who certainly has motivated me every day of my life since I've met her. And I want you to get an opportunity to hear from her. So without further ado, with this week's Monday Motivation, here is Brittany Truitt.
Hi friends, happy Motivational Monday. My name is Brittany Truitt and I'm doing this week's motivation. When Mr. Mays first reached out to me, I was just thinking back of how I even know him over these years. Mr. Mays first kind of came into my life when I was in high school during tennis season. I was playing on one of his rival teams, one of the many rival tennis teams in the wonderful Polk County. So I knew of Mr. Mays, and that was pretty much it. And then you fast forward a little while, and it came to a new season of my life where I had started a fundraiser called Tennis for Tumors to raise money and awareness of childhood brain tumors. And with that, just with Mr. Mays being as much of a servant leader as he always is, he really stepped up and volunteered not only help with the logistics of the day of tournament, but to help in the planning as well, which was a lot of work. And through those years of us doing Tennis for Tumors, that season of my life, I really got to know him and his family and his love for the Lord and passion for raising young leaders across the country. So that's been awesome. So as I'm thinking back to all these seasons of my life, one of my favorite Bible verses just kept coming to mind, and that's Ecclesiastes 3:1. For everything there is a season, and every time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up what is planted. And it goes on to list more times in life and different seasons. And it makes me think about how we do have so many seasons throughout our life. We'll have seasons of joy, seasons of grief, seasons of pure happiness and bliss, and sometimes seasons of loneliness and sadness. But whatever season we're in, there is always comfort in knowing that our God is with us. Not only is he just with us, he knows us. He knows each of our circumstances. He knows each of the seasons that we're in. And he can be there and comfort us when we need comfort. He can be there to celebrate us when we're celebrating joyful times. And what an overall feeling of comfort we should all have, just knowing that. It tells us in the Bible, Jeremiah 46:28, do not be afraid, for I am with you. 1 Corinthians 8:3, but if anyone loves God, he is known by God. We also read in Psalms that he knows every hair on our head. So if he knows every hair on our head, he definitely knows every season and feeling that we have with each of those seasons that we're in. So I just want to encourage each of you to be encouraged by God's presence in your life for each of your seasons that you're going through. And second off, I just want to encourage each of you to really think about what season you're in and how you can use this current season to be part of God's plan. You know, each season might not be your favorite that you're going through, but God uses each of us and each of our seasons to bring about his glory. So I just pray that each of us are willing and able, and just like in Isaiah 6:8, telling the Lord, here I am, send me. Asking to be sent, praying for opportunities to come about, whether it's a good circumstance or a bad circumstance. You don't have to be in your best season of life to be living out for the Lord. Sometimes the Lord needs us during sad times to bring about his glory for others to come to know him through that. So I just pray that each of y'all are willing and seeking the Lord daily, asking him how he can be in your life and how he can use us, because his plan will go about regardless of whether we want to be part of it or not. But how much greater and how much more joy we'll have knowing that we were able to help facilitate the Lord's plan. So friends, I hope that this was motivating for you on this Monday. That's been one of my favorite Bible verses for all my seasons of life, good and bad. So I just pray that it's a verse that you can kind of go back and read and think about your seasons of life now and as your different seasons of life continue. Have a great day, friends.
Thank you, Brittany, for that motivating and inspiring word. Certainly happy to see that you are doing amazing things with your life. Well, that's all we have for this week's Agape Leaders Monday Motivation. Until next time, you have a blessed week.